All right, hey there folks, got a real quick little farm style tech tip for you. You can see up there that the top of that tree broke last night. We had a bad storm come through here, and for scale, that's my size 14 clodhopper, so it was probably a 14-15 inch round limb there that fell out of that thing. Anyway, among other things that got damaged, it busted the lid on my septic tank. And I had just been talking about this process with my buddy Joe, yes, that Joe, just the other day, so I decided this would be a good opportunity to show you what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Okay, so you can see here that the lid of this tank got hit by the branch and it broke a piece out of it, but the piece is still attached. And I could probably just go get a new one of these, but I really don't want to go to that expense right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off, flip it upside down, and show you how I plan to fix it. So here you can see a little better how it is broken here on the inside, and it cracked it all the way down and a little bit right there. But what I'm going to try to do is just push that piece of plastic back into the hole that it goes into. And then once I get it pushed into place, utilizing a technique involving CA glue, that's right, just normal super glue and baking soda, we're going to make this repair. Now, a buddy of mine that used to work on helicopters told me this is how they repaired the carbon fiber on helicopter blades when they get chips in them. So if it's good enough for a helicopter blade, it's good enough for my tank. Merry Christmas! So you'll see here, I'm going to run a bead of super glue along that crack. Saturate the whole mess. And then I'm going to take some regular old baking soda and I'm going to sprinkle it into that area. Now, you got to be real careful. That gets super hot real quick. But what happens is there's a chemical reaction that occurs between the baking soda and the super glue. That's so hot I can barely touch that baking soda. But what it does is it instantly dries up all that glue. You'll see it's not all over my fingers. And it makes a really strong repair. Let's knock all that over here to the side. And now we'll work on this other portion of the crack. You might need another tube of super glue for this. Yep, that was the end of that one. And we can just kind of reuse that same baking soda that we put in there a second ago. And you'll see there how it's adhered itself into the glue. That is very hot, folks. You got to be careful. Try not to get it on your fingers because you can burn yourself doing this. Now we'll get another tube here. We'll come along the top of that area and just pour the whole tube of super glue down on top of it. And so it doesn't make a big mess, I'm just going to sprinkle a little more of that down in there to kind of congeal that up real quick. We'll rock it back and forth. Probably won't hurt that to go into the spray tank. And there you can see that that glue has hardened up very, very quickly and very, very strong along the entirety of that crack. All right, so now I've turned it over, and after we made the repair on the inside, you'll see that there's still a little bit of a crack here. We had some of the glue ran out, so I just cleaned that up. I'm going to go ahead and open one more tube, and I'm going to put it here in the crack on the top, and I'll shake a little more baking soda into it. I was trying to do it all from the bottom just for aesthetics, but it didn't quite work that way, and it is a septic lid after all, so it's not like it's a focus of parties or anything like that. So we'll put a little bit more of that along the crack in the lid there from the outside. And we'll dust it with a little bit more baking soda. Give it just a couple of seconds to do its thing. And I'm going to go ahead and build that up a little bit more just to fill in that crack, since I'm here and I'm wasting super glue. It's probably okay like it is. But just be careful, because when you get the super glue on your fingers and then you get it into the baking soda, it causes a chemical reaction that will burn you. So remember that and try not to do it like I just did. So that's just sweat right there. Well, there you have it. We patched the crack in it. Ah, that's hot. See, I just burned the end of my finger there. That's what I was talking about. Try not to do that. But anyway, we patched the crack. We got it sealed up. So that's it for today. If you didn't know that super glue and baking soda together would bond itself instantly and make a very hard material, now you do. Thanks for watching.